Hello, chat. Hello, gamers. Welcome. This is Stonewarden. And of course, the best news is that I am back. Listen, Mojang and Minecraft is out with a brand new update. So, of course, Stonewarden style, what we had to do was a brand new series in a brand new world to see what all is in this brand new update that Mojang has brought us. So everything's brand new. The day is sunny. The mountains are tall. The peaks are majestic in this world. And oh man, I just cannot. I cannot wait to dig into this series. It is going to be so much fun. So what are we going to do? Great question. Glad you asked. First off, what we're going to do is we're going to do survival Minecraft. Okay, so we're just going to have fun, explore, see what's in the world, see what we can find, see how things work. So we're going to talk a little bit about mechanics. If you're a beginner, you will learn a lot about the game and how to play and how things work. If you have played Minecraft before, maybe haven't been around a while, we're going to explore some of the things that have been added recently to catch you up to speed, make sure that you are an expert once again. And for those of you that are hardcore Minecraft experienced gamers, basically this is just going to be a fun time for you to see me explore and learn about all the things that you already know. So yeah, we're going to have a great time in this series called Minecraft Exploration. Before we get started, what we need to do is go back in time into the past before this world existed so that we can see how it was created. Let's do that now. And here we have the Minecraft Java Edition title screen with the new scrolling background featuring the trial chamber that was added in Minecraft 1.21. I have yet to try the trial chamber myself in a survival Minecraft world, so you'll get to see that happen in real time here in this series. So to create a world, we'll go over to single player, then we're going to click create new world. There are a ton of options, a ton of ways to customize your Minecraft world, but just to keep it short and simple, this is survival Minecraft. Going to ramp it up to hard, and I'm going to leave everything else alone. If you find a great seed for a world, you can type that into here, and that will be the world that you go into. If you leave it blank, it will choose at random for you. There are a couple different types of world. You can make one that's super flat with huge biomes, amplified generation. But again, we're going to go with default here as well. There are a couple of experimental data packs that have been in here for a little while. The trade rebalance for villagers that doesn't seem to be too popular with players. Also the bundle, because these have been experimental data pack items for quite a while now. I'm not sure that they will ever make it into the vanilla game, so just going to leave them out for now. But then, of course, there are a ton of data packs available for download online to spice up the game. But again, we're going to get into 1.21, and that is probably going to be spicy enough the way we do it. So anyway, next up, we're going to name our new world and then kick this thing off. Okay, day one in Minecraft, we have a couple of things to be concerned about and only a few minutes to address them. Number one is going to be procuring a bed, and good news. Oh, wait a minute. I was going to say there are sheep here for wool that we need for a bed. However, there's a village in the background, which is sure to have beds in it already. So, yes, item number one, we need to find a bed so that we do not have to survive the nighttime. Number two, we're going to try to find some shelter. And then third, ultimately sort of set up a little bit of a campsite. But wow, what an amazing seed. How beautiful it, wow. I mean, look at the mountain ranges. This is incredible. I have looked high and low for a place like this to build in really for the last couple of years, ever since the generation was changed. I mean, this hill right here is kind of in the way of that big mountain range in the background. But man, this is just absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, this might be home. This might actually be home. Having the village here is going to address the bed problem immediately, so we don't even have to worry about that. Look at this. Pop in, open the door, boom, there's a bed right off the bat. Okay, now we're going to need some tools. And the first set of tools, the basic tier, the starter tier for tools, is wood. And to get wood, we're going to do something we would never do in real life, which is walk up and punch a tree. Punch a tree for long enough, and a log will pop out there. Important to note, when an item has been sort of collected there, it's going to fall on the ground and it's going to float there. You see that floating item with a little shade underneath it, if you will. That will stay there for 5 minutes or until collected. If no one collects it within the 5-minute time limit, then it just disappears, goes away, despawns, and it's gone forever. So anytime there are items on the ground like this, they need to be picked up immediately if we want them. Now for a tree, once that has been completely mined out, completely punched out, if you will, and there's no more wood left, basically the leaves are going to start deteriorating or disintegrating, and as they disappear, there's a chance to drop a few items, sticks, apples, and or saplings. I thought there was one there, but yeah. And importantly, what we want right now are saplings so that we can replant the trees, because we're not in a forest, so the number of trees we can see are very limited. So there's not a ton of wood around, although I am looking at some exposed ore, so that's going to give us a little bit of head start when it comes to collecting ores. Okay, so now that we have wood, take a log, throw it in the crafting window, and we're going to get some planks. Take those 4 planks, fill that up. We're going to get a crafting table. Now you throw the crafting table down, click on that, and instead of 4 squares, now we have 9, which allows us to make more intricate tools and equipment. So we're going to make some sticks, make some planks, and we're going to use this stuff to make our first set of tools. So wooden pickaxe, of course. That way we can mine out stone and ore. And then we also want an axe for getting wood. And then lastly, what I'll make is a shovel. As a matter of fact, I'll wait on the shovel. Let's hit pause on the shovel, and we'll talk about that here in a moment. So I'm going to take the wooden axe. Hello, friend. This is a Minecraft villager. If you've never seen one, they're very interesting characters and very complex behavior model, and we shall explore a lot with the villagers in this town. So in this village. At the bottom of the screen, you'll notice a few things. There are a series of boxes. This is called the hot bar. And whatever you have selected on that hot bar is going to show up in your right hand for Java. If you want to select the item that's in the first box, you can just press the number 1 on your keyboard, and it will select number 1, number 2, number 3. Personally, I like to use the mouse wheel just to roll through the items, and then that way I select the one that I want. In Minecraft Java, you can put things here in your left hand if you want, and then possibly use them depending on what the actual item is. But okay, so above the hot bar, you'll notice it's sort of a black, dark gray bar. That's experience. Once we kill things or once we mine out things that provide experience, that bar will start to fill up and then start to save levels for us that we can use to improve our armor later on. Above the experience bar, you'll see a series of hearts. It's a very simple system of health. Once the hearts are empty, then we have to hit the respawn button and start over again. That means we've died. I think I remember the first game that had the heart system of health was the original Legend of Zelda for Nintendo, right? And so once you took enough damage, all those hearts went away, and boom, the game was over. So to the right of the heart, to the health system, is the hunger system. So we see the hunger bar there. They look like turkey legs, chicken legs, roast legs, whatever. It's been hotly debated, but some sort of food item there, and that represents how hungry we are. As we run and jump and take damage, the hunger bar will be depleted, and we must eat to refill it. So much like in real life, if we're very active, we need more calories to survive. So I'm going to go ahead and take early action to address the hunger bar by grabbing those hay bales. Oh, I hear zombies. Something else you'll notice in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, I have enabled, show you where to do it. I have enabled subtitles. Okay, if by default subtitles are off, I usually keep subtitles on and music off. You're welcome. But subtitles on, and what that does is that it gives me a little bit of an idea of what is where and what direction it's coming from. So as you can see here, I'm here, and it's zombie groans, and those are coming from straight in front of us, which means there's probably a cave in here where hostile mobs are spawning because it's dark in the cave. So I'm going to come over here and grab a little bit of stone. If you use a pickaxe to mine stone, that becomes cobblestone. Very cool texture there. This is coal ore. Coal is good for fuel and also for torches. And we'll talk about those in here in just a second as I mine this out. One of the most important mechanics for Minecraft, and the reason that we wanted to get a bed right off the bat, is the fact that hostile mobs, now these are zombies, skeletons, creepers, spiders, all kinds of bad entities that want to do us harm, they mostly only spawn when the light level of a certain block is 0. Now, there are other spawn conditions for different mobs. However, generally speaking, if it's dark, a mob or a monster could spawn there and come after us. So one of the ways that we control that is we take some coal, a couple pieces there, couple of sticks, and then we get torches. Now what happens is when we place a torch down, that provides light, lights up the area, and typically for most mobs will block spawns. Okay, so we've got some coal, we've got some stone. Let's start checking some of these buildings. I think we're getting close to the end of the day already. Yeah, check that out. So we grab the bed from the first building. This is a cartography table. We'll come back to that. Oh, and here's a chest with a little bit of loot. And it's nighttime. So as we get close to night, basically the idea is this. So if we did not have a bed, all of these blocks would become spawnable blocks as the light goes away. So what we want to do is sleep really quick and roll that over to daytime. And if we do that quick enough, then we shouldn't have any mobs that spawn around us, although I always like to double check because sometimes in the evening it will get dark enough, like under a tree or in a cave, to where we might have a mob spawn. But anyway, all right, let's take our bed with us and continue on. So I'd like to see what's up in the rest of the village up here, just because there could be loot chests in any one of these homes, although these caves being right here making me very nervous. So even though a mob might not be able to spawn up here on this grass and dirt because the sun is out, they certainly can spawn in the darkness of a cave and wander out to see us. Okay, fantastic. So this is a neat view of sort of a little plain there. Oh wow, check this out. What a beautiful seed. What an absolutely beautiful seed. I think I might head that direction and see if that's a good spot for a camp over there. Maybe there'll be some water or something. Anyway, all right, let's continue on looting the village. Now that I have some cobblestone, I can upgrade the tools from wood to stone. They will work a little bit better. Not the best tools in the game, however, they are an improvement over wood. Also, they last a little bit longer, and that will allow me to save the first tools of the world. So the wooden pickaxe and the wooden axe, we're going to save those, put those on display, even though we only use them couple times. That's about all you get out of a wooden tool anyway. Man, this village has literally no loot. I think it was just the one chest. And that's probably all I'm going to be able to find out of here. One chest and a couple of workstations. And some folks on the roof over there having a party. So very quickly, I want to talk a little bit about inventory, because as we gather resources and materials and craft and build, we're going to have to collect and transport and store all of those items. So it can get out of hand very quickly. What I would encourage you to do is find what works for you. But what I typically do is, because I use these 3 items, planks, sticks, and logs, I always have those in the top left-hand corner of my inventory up here. Then I typically will have coal and iron right here in these 2 spots. And then down on my hotbar, I'll have the pickaxe, an axe, a shovel, and then I usually have a sword and a bow and arrow. I also like to put dirt or some other building block right here in this last square on the hotbar, and as well as have some torches. And then of course this spot I keep open for food. That's how I keep it organized. And then anything we don't need, we can throw in a chest. Before I head out and get the campsite started, what I want to do, I noticed a couple of different places here on this stone there were exposed iron ores. I want to grab a couple of those. But yeah, before I set up camp, I kind of want to choose a nice background. Wow, that's a really aggressive peak on that mountain there. Okay, all right. I am liking this. I'm liking this a lot. Not sure what's up with that little floating block of ice up there though, but yeah, this is a great spot. Really pretty. Yeah, this looks nice. What are you thinking here? Just sort of a campsite nestled in the mountains? Yeah, I don't see why not, right? Alright, I'm curious what this other side looks like. So this would be option A, to sort of put our camp in this little flat area nestled in the mountains over here. Again, hate these little caves. They are a little dangerous. Option 2 would be up on top of this hill. Option A and option 2. No, our second option would be up here on top of this hill. Only problem is this is high enough up in the world where it's going to snow, and it's going to constantly snow. Anything we build on this is going to be covered in snow all the time, and there's nothing we can do about that. That looks like powdered snow. Stay away from that stuff. Okay. So yeah, I'm not gonna build in the snow. I've done it before because I thought it would look pretty, and it was just more hassle than it was really worth. There's some water, which is nice. Spruce trees up there. It's one of my favorite types of wood. Yeah. Really tough deliberation here. Okay, all this jumping around, running around has really depleted my food, and so in villages, one of the best things we can find early on is this little planter box, and inside of the planter box are obviously going to be some vegetables that the farmer here has been working on, although I don't see a farmer. So yeah, so that's a Minecraft potato. can be cooked and turned into a baked potato, which is actually a pretty decent food. Replenishes a lot of hunger. That's a Minecraft carrot. And the nice thing about carrots is that they grow quickly, they multiply pretty well, they just don't replenish a ton of the hunger bar, so they're a light snack, okay, at best, just sort of like a carrot might be in real life. And then lastly, it looks like there was some beetroot, and we got a beetroot seed from that. Beetroot is pretty useless other than for trading. Now the last thing I want to do before I head over and set up the campsite is to bring some water with me for farming, because as you'll notice, these crops need water to live and thrive and survive. So we need to take water with us. The only way to move water in Minecraft, other than to let it move on its own, is to have a bucket. And with a bucket, you can pick up and move water. And to make a bucket, we'll need some iron ingots. So we're going to make those now. We're going to smelt this raw iron up into an iron ingot. We need 3 of those to make a bucket, and then we can bring this water with us for our first farm of the world. Back into the crafting table. Boom, boom, boom. There's our bucket. Take our water, and then I'll wait for the rest of this iron as well. Alright, so now that I have some food and a bed and a little bit of wood saved up, I'm going to head out and put together the starter initial campsite. I've decided that I'm going to go over here for looks and sort of build in this little flat area over here towards the west. But what I'm looking for the campsite, pretty straightforward, pretty simple, flat area where I'm able to do a little bit of farming and a little bit of building, although it doesn't have to be a ton. Don't need a lot of room, with a nice background. I'm thinking this spot right here is pretty good. Pretty good. Close-ish to the village. Lots of room. Gonna be some caves to explore. But yeah, this is going to be the spot. So give me just a moment. I'll clear out some space, and this will be our starting campsite. Okay, food. My hunger bar is desperately low. If I were to take damage, as you can see, I've taken some damage, maybe a little bit of fall damage. It is not regenerating. I'm not healing. I can't run, and that's because my food bar is low. And as you'll notice, it's sort of pulsing there, letting me know, hey, Stonewarden, you really, really, really should eat something at this point. So we have 2 options. We can either kill a mob that drops some sort of meat that's able to be cooked and eaten, or we can grow a vegetable that's edible and eat it after it's been grown and or cooked. So for the moment, I'm going to go the growth route and see if we can grow some vegetables. So first up, in order to grow something, we will need a hoe. And with a hoe, what we can use that for is to take grass or dirt and turn that into farmland. Now, the problem with that farmland is that it will not remain farmland unless it's within 4 blocks of a water source. And so that's the reason why I grabbed the bucket to bring the bucket over here, is because we wouldn't be able to build a farm or crop farm without having some water near it. So now that I've put water down, I can actually do 4 blocks out in every direction, including diagonally, farmland. So with just 1 water source, we can actually get a 9 by 9 block of crops. Once those grass seeds, the wheat seeds, grow up, you can harvest them to get wheat. What I'm going to do is a little cheat, grab a couple of those hay bales, turn them into wheat, put 3 wheat across the middle of your crafting table there, and we'll get bread. Okay, so the campsite is looking good. I mean, not really impressive, but listen, brand new world. Okay, it's always a little tough, a little slow getting started, but that's okay. We got off to a nice start here with finding the village and the mountains here in the background. But yeah, we're looking good here. There's a couple last minute things that I want to do before I wrap up the episode. And that first thing is this bed. White bed, not good enough. That's not going to do it for me. We need to upgrade that. Easiest way to upgrade the bed is to come over here and grab some colors. So if you can find a red flower, yellow flower, blue flower, whatever colors that you really enjoy, you can take a flower, throw it in your crafting window, and get a dye. Now you take a red flower, put it in, you get a red dye. You take a blue flower, put it in, and yes, that's correct, you get a blue dye. Put a red dye and a blue dye together. Yeah, we got a purple dye. Now purple looks really good, really good. So what I'm going to do now is take that purple dye, combine it with the white bed, and yes, of course, purple bed. It has to be purple bed. So I'm going to throw that back down, and oh yeah, looks a lot better. So fences to keep out the baddies, or at least give me a chance to sleep if I'm surrounded. Place to hide, some place where creepers won't blow up my storage chest, which probably I don't think has anything in it right now. Yeah, one gate. So let's do that. So let's unload some of this stuff and clean our inventory out a little bit. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. Okay. All right. So desperately need some resources now. But last thing I want to do after upgrading the bed and as we get ready to sleep is finally, since I've done all my work and set up the camp and got the crops planted and cleared out the spot, is finally allow myself the first bite of the world. And here it is. It's bread. Bread. Absolutely has to be bread. So we found those hay bales, turned them into bread, and here we go. Oh, it's so good. I mean, I'm sure it is. And then once our hunger bar is full again, our health will regenerate and everything is right in the world. So, absolutely. Listen, thank you for sticking it out through the end of episode 1. This is an awesome seed. It's going to be an awesome series. And I'm glad you're here. Stick around. This is going to be a good time. I will see you in the next video. Oh, yeah. Take care. See ya.